Today on PTL, we flash out the LCS finals, prowl the playoff picture, and wrap it up with the latest installment of Shots Fired. Prepare your frontal lobes, because Primetime League starts right now.
And it looks like they are going to be able to take Game 5, the reverse sweep for Cloud9.
The Unicorns of Love prove that unicorns do exist.
Hello and welcome to Primetime League. I am Rivington Bislin III still, and here with Joshua Jat Leesman, we've come down with a very strong case of playoff fever.
Yeah, that is right, Rib. There's a lot of stuff. The LMS wrapped up their playoffs on Sunday. The Chinese teams are in the midst of their quarterfinals, and Korea will start up round one of their postseason gameplay on Friday. Meanwhile, in North America and Europe, the LCS heads into the finals this weekend, so playoff fever might be an understatement.
It's so good. Whatever it is, it sounds like the only cure is more games.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's start things up over in the LMS, where they recently crowned a spring split champion after 3 days of matches, and it all came down to a battle between the first place Flash Wolves and the fourth place AHQ Esports Club, with the winner heading to the mid-season invitational.
And nobody expected AHQ to make it back in here, except maybe Westor, because that guy is always a self-confident player right here. Roster changes for AHQ coming into these playoffs, but Game 1 does not start off well.
It does not. Karsa very happy. You could even see him bobbing up and down on the screen before they got the kill, and it started things off pretty well for them.
Yeah, the Rek'Sai getting the Dragon right there. 4 kills to 1 already in this fight. And you can see Westor trying to make a play on Karthus, but he can't quite get in on the Flash Wolves here.
Yeah, Flash Wolves pressuring the Dragon with great results on this one. It looked pretty bad in the beginning, but they're able to come up with the cleanup here.
Yeah, NL, with a sliver of health, just wrecks people at the end of that fight. And it was kind of a somewhat slower game here, 10 kills to 6, 30 minutes in, but Flash Wolves were pressuring turrets throughout.
Yeah, all this, even the tanks have to get a little wary at this point.
Oof.
He gets crushed down. The support Nautilus, you figure he could stand in the front. Not this time.
Yeah, all that turret pushing led to a nice victory, Game 1 for the Flash Wolves.
And they would head into Game 2, trying to start things off with a 10-minute TP bop. HQ says nope.
Yeah, the classic Westor Twisted Fate right there. Cooldown boots is his first item, so he can get more ultimates off. Well, he controlled the map this game.
Well, it was just 4 minutes later, Jad looked to be in trouble, but Ziv's Hecarim completely changes this one. Whoop.
Yeah, he shoots them back into there. Westor as well, and Sivir provided a surprising amount of AoE in these team fights. Obviously, with that cooldown reduction, he gets out more and more gold cards, stuns down onto Maple. See you later.
Very nice plays from AHQ, all on the board together, and I love this use of on the hunt. Then the team gets in range, they get it, and they just died the fight.
Yeah, what happened in this game? They have 11 kills to 1 at 20 minutes, and they're diving through. This was the number 4 seed coming into the playoffs, having to run the gauntlet just to make it to the finals, and they crushed Flash Wolves here in Game 2.
A few more fights there. Zvi doing his own thing in the base, and they're able to come back and help him.
Yeah, Game 3, Mountain was huge on Gragas. Westor had Zed. It was a snowballed game, and that brought us to Game 4 right here, where Swordark gets caught out.
We jump in 17 minutes. Flash Wolves, the superior wards and crab control, but they still lose this fight.
Yeah, tons of tanks here on AHQ. They bring the Urgot as the AD carry, and Ann really got going here. 6-1. And the fight's not over.
Oh, Ziv, perfect time to gnar out on that one. Called him V earlier, but it's easy. They're going, Westor pops it up, still making the plays from the mid lane. He comes up with another one on the Fizz.
Yeah, Morellonomicon on Fizz. No one really plays Fizz mid anymore except for Westor.
Except for Westor, indeed. 20 minutes into this, just a few minutes later after that, AHQ completely asserting their dominance here.
Such a good Gnar. Even though the Sejuani cult came in, it was too little, too late.
Yeah.
Could you believe it? Flash Wolves was about to be knocked out of MSI.
Absolutely crazy. AHQ coming through, cleaning things up. The mid-season invitational was in their sights the entire time, and that's what they had on their mind.
More importantly, the LMS championship, especially for a team that hadn't really looked that great during the regular season. A whole new team here in the playoffs. 36 kills by the end of that game.
Absolutely crazy stuff. Congrats to AHQ Esports Club.
And now for a closer look at the LMS spring season and some expert insight. Joining us on Primetime League is Garena caster Clement. And what is up, Clement?
Hi, Jet. Nice to see you guys again.
We have to talk about AHQ's run through the playoffs, because prior to the playoff run, they had a combined 2-7 record against the opponents they faced, with one of those wins actually being a forfeit win against the Yowie Flash Wolves. So how did they actually go on this miracle run, in your opinion?
Well, you have to look at two factors. Number one is their roster swap. This AHQ isn't the same squad that they played in the regular season. They brought on Mountain at the jungle position and moved Albus down to the support. Green Tea, who a lot of viewers might remember last year for landing the game-winning hook on Name, actually moved to the coaching staff position. After their finals win, AHQ West Store said that he wanted to thank Green Tea the most for their wins, since that objective voice in the back really told them how to improve. The second reason is that you have to look at the 5.6 patch. Previously in the regular season, we were playing on 5.4. On 5.6, they were able to play a lot of bruiser, brawling team comps that fit their fighting style. They called their squad the Fatso Squad, and they moved around the map in a huge blob of HP that nobody could take down.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy that they had a roster swap that actually worked out. Green Tea is one name people remember. Westor is another name that people really remember from Worlds last year. How did he do during this run?
Well, Westor really improved himself in terms of champion pools. He took back some of those Season 2 champions he was known for, like Twisted Fate, like Karthus. And in this teamfight scenario, a lot of the difference was made by Westor because he could always reach the enemy AD while they couldn't reach their own AD. And talking about AD carries, we have to talk about Ann. Ann is really the new centerpiece of this AHQ squad. He has been in the top 15 Korean ladder for most of this season, and we knew he was a dominant laner, but his teamfight presence kind of lagged behind. In this playoffs run, AHQ said that they wanted to peel and create space for Ann, and he actually amounted to 4 quadra kills and 1 pentakill. He didn't even have a single quadra kill this entire regular season. Another member we have to talk about is the addition in Mountain. He really embodies what this AHQ squad is about. In your face, always looking to fight. I think the mentality boost he gave to AHQ was enormous, and the enemy team just couldn't match up to that persistence.
Yeah, it's like night and day, the difference between the AHQ team in the regular season and in the playoffs. But you kind of have to ask now that they are the representative for MSI from the LMS region. Are they the best team in the LMS, or was it just a miracle playoff run on a good patch?
Well, I think if you look at the overall performance, a lot of the other teams weren't able to play their style because of the new patch. AHQ really was the first team to figure it all out. And in terms of execution, I think they really played out of their minds. If you took away the AHQ tag, you really couldn't tell them from another Korean team. However, it hasn't been seen how well they will match up against teams that have figured this patch out.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Clement. We will definitely check in with you again before the next before MSI.
Sure thing, Jet.
Yeah. Thanks again. And now, actually, I need to rejoin Riv as we take a look at the semifinal action over in Europe, where the teams clash to determine who would head to the finals.
And in Europe, third place H2K took on the second place Fnatic, who were looking to continue their string of 5 straight final appearances. It was going to be tough, however, because H2K, with their late split surge, was not going to give up very easy.
Yeah, Prawley, coach of the split as well. Hooney, rookie of the split, clashing against each other. Heavy bans on him early on in this game, but H2K, Kasing, turns that gank around early.
Nice job, Hjarnan, throwing down the Sivir ult to Kite a little bit, and they get what they want. Kasing as well here. Boop! Right on both Yellow Star and Steel.
Yeah, Ottawamne actually with the little mini Shen taunt that ended up setting them up for here. And one thing about this is Hooney's top lane Lee Sin was largely ineffective in game 1. He could run away for a while, but they'll still get you.
Yeah, he was still pretty big. I'm surprised they actually got him here, too. He was a little sad that he went down. He thought he was making it out, but that was kind of just the story of game 1. What would happen as we moved on?
We didn't think Hooney would pick Lee Sin again. It seemed largely useless, but out of nowhere, where'd this guy come from? Lee Sin kick!
Lee Sin kick indeed. Hooney with the teleport there. Fnatic start to show some benefits of that Lee Sin pick, but could they carry that to the win?
Yeah, well, Steelback and Feb event had other things to say as well. In typical Fnatic fashion, they try objective control here to force a team fight, but it's all about how they flank around with their highly mobile team comp right here. Everyone jumping in for some key moments.
Lulex trying to steal that one. Fnatic getting a fight that they wanted, a great power spike in the game, and they start to clean up nicely.
Yeah, Steelback, a little worrisome in this fight. He dashed forward to kill the support with Ryu in tow, but he was not punished for it. Yellow Star keeps everyone alive, and they pick up a nice triple kill for Steelback.
You figured those two would have made it out alive, but they stayed for the fight. Why, guys? Why?
Yeah. Feb event also got a little bit fed in this game.
A little bit.
If we didn't
don't blink.
oh dear. That's when you know the game is over. He had an Abyssal Scepter, too, to try and live longer.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Fnatic would come out strong, and they started to show a little bit of that communication that Yellow Star has in the series.
Yeah, Game 3 did go over to H2K. Woo. It was a third game in a row where the Lee Sin was picked in the top lane, but
right.
Game 4, they switch it up to the Vladimir.
And we see that was Ryu going down in the mid lane to start things off here, which meant Febivin got going, which meant things weren't going to be good for H2K.
Yeah, Huni did not have the best start to the game, a little bit behind in farm, but then he picked it up later, coming in later for that team fight, being able to go into a pool of blood, so Kissing could not lock him down. Really just gave Fnatic a nice lead here in the mid game.
Yep, I think we all remember this play, the pie in the face to Ryu as Lulex goes down, and then the pie travels all the way across the map, and you'll see it. The pie is the rocket of Steelback.
I mean, sometimes you're just having a good day.
No!
You're like, oh, you took my... What? There was a kill on the backside. Set it to Game 5.
Game 5, indeed. Reignover gets some help from the Razor Beaks on this one. Fnatic, they were on a tear here. Once they found a bit of momentum in this series, they were not going to give up on H2K.
Story of this game, Reignover's Rek'Sai. Because honestly, after getting that first blood, he just takes over. Ryu trying to hold the top lane here, but everyone from Fnatic, just the two of them, take him out behind their turret.
Oh, Huni going very hard. He goes down, but Reignover still beneficiary of these kills, able to get himself out alive as well. And we'll see that kind of just rinse and repeat. Huni go down, Reignover kills.
Early Warriors enchantment, then a Hex Drinker for more damage. He does so much damage at this point in the game. It doesn't look like he should be able to turn these things, but he continues to do so. Watch this. He has the challenging spot on Ryu to get the true damage burn kill.
Got him. Takes him down. Huni going to save Reignover. But wait, Huni, no! Oh, Huni. Huni goes down again. Reignover lives, and he gets the kills for that.
But look at this. Who in the right mind takes this fight against a full health Gragas? Reignover knows how powerful he was.
Exactly. The plays, and he knows that peace of mind, knowing how far he can push himself and where the team is. The communication of Fnatic was able to trounce H2K, even in the strength of the late game surge.
Great offseason acquisitions there, sending them back into the finals.
And we now have SK versus Unicorns of Love. A lot of people thought this would just fall in the favor of SK, but Unicorns pretty tricky in a best-of-5 series.
1 seed versus a 4 seed. 1 seeds do not lose semifinals in LCS history, but do you believe in Unicorns, Riv?
Do you believe in Unicorns? I believe in giving the jungler the first kill. Great job by Hillisang there. Communication and the flash to play there for the gank on Kikis was beautiful. Freddy, your top lane a little too long as the tank. He's going to go down as UL goes for the last outer turret.
Yes, strategy in game 1 here was target the AD carry forgiven with bans, target Freddy with the rest of their team, and just try and make sure he couldn't become a top lane carry. Unicorns of Love, powerful first game. You only need to hit one of these Kog'Maw ultis because he was fed.
Where's this cooldowns? Cooldowns, please. It's just coming off every time he could. Power of Evil's Kog'Maw pick, spicing things up for this game, and you can just see how quickly someone's decimated, out of range of pretty much anybody for safety.
Hillisang had an amazing series against Gambit. He started off amazingly here, and then he lands hooks on N-rated. This was so critical in the series, being able to actually get kills on the forgiven N-rated lane in 2v2 situations.
They were trying, and Hillisang would make a few of his own blunders there. N-rated would make sure to be a part of helping him go down, and he was the one to be caught now, over and over.
Yeah, and we have to talk about the Lee Sin play here from Svenskeren. He was trying to put SK on his back throughout this series whenever he was on Lee Sin. This game 5-1-7. This wasn't even his best Lee Sin game of the series.
Absolutely crazy. You wonder what could have happened with this composition had he been at Worlds. We move on to game 3, and he still shows strong. Right now, Freddy getting chased out here as they do what they can to take down the tank. They focused him quite a few times in this game, but why not focus the guy that can carry the game sometimes?
Yeah, no flash. He's on Smite TP, and this is kind of a Kill Freddy montage. He was not having
it was his turn
a
to get
fun
caught
time.
out.
Unicorns of Love's game 3 here was so solid. The Udyr with the Orianna, the move speed that they need. This is the composition that works so well against Gambit, and they just ran people down. Even if they don't land the Dark Binding, something's going to get them.
Rocket from bottom lane, something's going to get them indeed. Just look at those kills coming in. 4-0-2 already. The play tries to be made in the bottom lane, but Vardag says, oh, I'll take 2 more kills. Thank you very much.
Oh, poor Forgiven. The Tristana pick did not work out very well for him. Graves and Lucian, of course, banned away. And a deathless game for the Unicorns.
It was crazy. They get excited around the tsunami, made that play work for them. Here to start this one off, Forgiven, seeming to go a little bit off here in the late game series, making plays he would not in the beginning of the split.
Yeah, I mean, it's Hillsong. His hooks were too potent in this, but on the backside of this,
hey,
how many flashes can you use? Sven Skaren picks up a kill, and he did not let up this game. This was Sven Skaren carry.
This was such an awesome game to watch. You could really just ask for a camera, be on Sven Skaren. And here I thought, why not kick Hillsong into him, kill him, right? It's because it would have been too far away. Now he has the option to pick up Hillsong with an awesome heal from Forgiven.
It just went from bad to worse for Unicorns of Love here.
It really did.
No Orianna this time to protect Kikis's Udyr. Not as fast running around. And Sven Skaren, he was just getting revenge for everything that had happened so far in this series. Look at the timing on that take from his Q.
Range Sonic Wave into that. Beautiful job. Resonating Strike is a double kill and that draw to Game 5. And everybody remembers what happens here in Game 5 from Power of Evil.
Best game of the series by far here. Power of Evil. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Could you believe it? SK had the typical SK advantages. Early turrets, early gold lead. We've seen them snowball that into the victory again and again. But Power of Evil with the Orianna Shockwave kept this game close. And that was just the beginning of the madness.
And UOL trying to get something here. While their base is being taken down, it looks like they're not going to get anything. And then the catch comes in. N-rated does get grabbed. The teleport's there to go back. And UOL were able to stop the bleeding quite quickly.
Yeah, UOL had to go for that kill. Otherwise, their recalls would have continued to get caught out. The game did stretch, though. It just waited until UOL could find this big team fight.
A huge team fight indeed. The wild growth going down, but not much can be done for the rest of the fight. They try to win it. Kikis, a beautiful Gnar ultimate throughout the entire time they need it.
We haven't even had a chance to talk about the jungle Gnar, but that happened in Game 5 of this series. Kikis will play anything. Power of Evil's Orianna was on point. They shut down Fox's Zed, and Unicorns of Love, in their first split, head to the finals.
Absolutely crazy. Throughout Game of 1, you wouldn't think those guys would really have it, but when you put those guys in a best-of-5 series, it's a wild card every single game.
You have no idea what they're going to bring.
So crazy
Can't wait
to
for
watch.
that finals.
After those 10 games, now the stage is set for the European finals this weekend in Madrid. First on Saturday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central European Summertime, SK Gaming and H2K will meet in a best-of-5 to find out who takes third place.
And then the Unicorns of Love will face off against Fnatic to determine who is the top team in Europe. That finals will kick off on Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific or 5 p.m. Central European Summertime.
And now to add a little European flavor to PTL, let's bring in Battle Bunny Mr. Trevor Quickshot Henry. And we're catching him at home as he packs up to head to Madrid for finals. Thanks for joining us, man, on a little off time. How's it going, Quickshot?
Very, very excited to be going to Madrid. Had to pack the bunny ears away and get my stuff sorted for Spain and the sunny weather.
Of course, got to get your carrots, good eyesight, get those shot calls in. It'll be fantastic. So you guys had 10 exciting games last weekend in the semifinals, but what are you looking forward to in the finals?
Yeah, definitely some of the best semifinals we've ever had in the LCS. And before I talk about the matchup for the final, one thing stands out for me. 9 out of the 10 players in the Spring Split finals here in Europe were in their rookie LCS season. And the last guy is an LCS veteran. 5 consecutive LCS finals. He's won 3 of them and attended 4 World Championships while all that's going on. It is, of course, Yellowstar. And when playing on the big stage in front of these large audiences, as comfortable as the Unicorns of Love may have been already, I think Fnatic are going to have the edge here. Yellowstar, his leadership and his calling is going to help the team in Madrid to deal with playing with thousands of fans screaming their names. I want to take a look at the matchup in a little more depth. Both of these teams have got an aggressive style at the core, and during the regular season, Fnatic, they had a better KDA, better win-loss, more kills, more assists, higher GPM. Basically, they had everything better than the Unicorns of Love. But the Unicorns of Love were 2-0 up over Fnatic. And if you remember correctly, those games were extremely exciting. The most recent affair, over 60 kills in 35 minutes, and multiple moments where that Nexus just simply didn't die. The interesting thing is, that history starts to change in the playoffs. There's a closer KDA, closer GBM, and you could actually argue that the Unicorns of Love, they grew more than we've seen Fnatic grow. Because the Unicorns played passively, patiently, and controlled, which is something they've not been able to do all split long. Finally, one last note on the big level picture. Both of these teams have to reevaluate their top lane TP Smite champions because they sucked. Huni on Lee Sin had little to no impact, and Vizichachi on that Shyvana, he really left me wanting more.
All right, so both of these squads are filled with a lot of talent, as you were saying, but is there anyone in particular now you will be keeping an eye on?
It's tough because I think everybody's going to be looking at Febiven versus a Power of Evil as being the marquee matchup. But I want to talk about some of the other head-to-heads, starting with the junglers between Rainover and Kikis. These are two guys that were fairly evenly matched in the regular season with a slight edge to Kikis. But in the postseason, Rainover has taken over in the numbers and statistics department, but Kikis has taken over in the shock and surprise department. The probability of Unicorns running a brand new jungle pick or a new champion that Fnatic have to adjust to on the fly is going to be extremely high, and the pressure will be on Rainover to keep his lanes in check. Somebody else who has to keep their laning in check will be the AD carries, who spent most of their time being carried by their respective supports. If you look at the damage dealt between Steelback and Vardags on their opponent's team's champions, these are the two lowest ADCs in the league. And that is both regular season and in playoffs. So the real question is, whose backpack is it anyway? Because Yellowstar and Hellesang are redefining what it means to support carry.
Hey man, 80 carries are just supposed to last hit. It doesn't have to be that much damage, right? So quick shot. Let's put it all on the line now. Who do you think will win it?
I knew you were going to ask me this question, and I've got no idea. Because in theory, Fnatic are the stronger and the more consistent team. But my gut tells me, oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. Look, Unicorns have got something magical. SK were the stronger team. Unicorns always beat teams above them. But Fnatic should have the edge. Look, Unicorns redefined history. They beat the #1 seed. I have no idea, and I'm not going on record.
I'd say that sounds pretty accurate. And maybe we'll see some more innovative picks to come. Quick shot, as always, thank you for joining us. And we can't wait to find out what happens this weekend. It's going to be exciting.
Yes, definitely will be. So, guys, I'm jumping on a plane to Spain. I'll see you around soon.
Oh, dear. Now let's wing our way over to Freak as he takes us through your tweets.
Thank you very much, Riv, and thank you to everyone out there who tweeted us with your predictions. After a severe drought, the Hall of Fame is ready for more members. Let's take a look at the winners. Last week, we asked you which teams will win the European and North American LCS semifinal matches and how many total games will be played. To enter the Hall of Fame, you also had to tell us who would win the LMS championship and in how many games that would be. The correct answers were Fnatic, Unicorns of Love, Cloud9, and Team Solo Mid in 19 games. The LMS winner was AHQ Esports Club in 4. Drumroll, please. Brrr. Here's who will be joining me, Lustboy, and everyone else in the PTO Hall of Fame. Guys, come on! 2 weeks in a row now. We even made it easier this time. Look, I know AHQ went crazy, but you didn't believe in the Unicorns of Love? Love conquers all. Come on. All right, whatever. In all seriousness, congratulations to AHQ for the monumental victory. Very well played by them, of course. And as usual on Primetime League, we're going to give you guys another chance. This week, we'd like you to tell us who will be the most played champion in each of the 5 roles across the 4 remaining premier playoff regions. That means North America, Europe, China, and Korea. And lucky for you, the LPL have already played 2 quarterfinal matches. So that gives you a slight edge word. For example, my answer would be top lane Sion, jungle Nunu, mid lane Vladimir, AD carry Lucian, and support Janna. Right? All 5 champions got to be named. And to get yourself into the PTO Hall of Fame, you just need to get the question right. No extra constraints at all. Now, I'm not saying it's very easy, but do a little bit of research, and you could possibly become a Hall of Famer. So while you throw down with the thumbs, let's check out with Riv and Jat, who have the North American LCS highlights.
Thank you, Freak. And big sorry about that whole Hall of Fame snafu. Keep trying, though. I'm sure you'll make it in someday. So let's turn our focus now to the NALCS and our first semifinal match where Piglet and 6th place Liquid took on 2nd place Cloud9 in a battle for the finals. Could Liquid do it? Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Well, they came in real hot after that 3-0 of Counter Logic Gaming, and they were looking to keep the momentum going. Piglet, he says, whoever wins the first game of the series usually will take the whole series.
Yeah.
And, well, I will dominate. And Phoenix start off well.
You got to start throwing punches early if you want to be the one that wins. And they start getting a few of those hits onto Cloud9. A good kill there onto Lemon. But Piglet kind of got a little too comfortable this game. And plays like this showed that.
Well, he knew he could get the kill. And he did that thing.
Oh, I forgot Morgana had bind. That's right.
The nice bind from Lemon Nation turns these kills around and gives a little bit back to Cloud9. But honestly, Piglet when he has the strength to do that to the enemy AD carry, you know Team Liquid's in a good place.
I think the fact that he was looking much more comfortable made the fans happy, made the team happy, and still, you can see there's the comfort once again.
5 Dragons on Team Liquid in that game one.
Story of that game.
Piglet was fed. Very strong start for Team Liquid.
Top lane focus was the name of the game for C9 here, but Quas had other things in mind. He will fight valiantly until the last second. This last hit, as he hits 6, stays in lane for the minion, gets that first.
Not only knocking back Sejuani with his E, but then to hit level 6 by hitting a minion and
crazy.
just pull everything off to actually turn that gank around was huge. And Phoenix would not die.
And the Azir pick here, all the way back in maybe week 1, has been since he brought this out, and it definitely gave Cloud9 some trouble.
And you could tell Cloud9 hadn't played against Azir in a while.
Yeah.
The way they could not play around that Azir wall. Phoenix also just commanding the max ranges of that guy so well. Boop. By the way, Quas wants kills too.
He's like, I'm out of range. Oh, there's the cavalry. There's Quas. He comes in, grabs that one, and even more Azir plays here. The Quadra for Phoenix in this clustered fight.
I mean, it doesn't look like there's much damage here for them. It's just Phoenix and a cow, but Phoenix kills everybody. In that choke point is the most dangerous place to fight Azir pretty much on the entire map.
Crazy.
A Quadra kill right there. That took the game for Team Liquid.
It did, and they were hoping to stay away from the reverse sweep. Couldn't have that curse, so they tried to start off slow. Slow was exactly what Cloud9 wanted, and they took control.
I mean, we know that Team Liquid loves those Lulu compositions. Protect the Piglet, it's one of their most effective things. But Piglet died in lane, Sneaky got ahead, and Team Liquid could never get to that point where they win team fights. Watch how Piglet is ineffective because he's the only damage source.
Yep, with minds wearing and fingers tiring here, C9 continue to grab advantages in this game. Dominate getting caught there, started and escalated that one. And you see around the map as Paul's doing what he can to be a nuisance here. Cloud9's focusing on the objectives.
Yeah, they're going for Baron right here. They're trying to zone Owl, dominate off, and it's mainly the strength of the double AD carries from Cloud9 outpacing the strength of the protected Piglet, mainly because of that 15,000 gold. You can see the damage coming through from both sides.
And they still want to fight here. I'm sure this is an immediate regret after this happens, but taking that fight on the Baroned up Cloud9, kind of going for broke there for Team Liquid.
Yeah, and Cloud9 keeps their season alive.
They
with
do
that win.
indeed.
Their chance at the finals, but they had to win 3 games in a row. That was what's in front of them. Piglet, though, gets focused yet again.
And again, early for Cloud9. How often do they let up a lead? And they pressure advantages very well. They start there again, making sure Piglet gets hit.
Yeah, still a relatively close game. 6,000 gold at this point. Balls teleports in. It looks like it was way too early. Team Liquid said, all right, we can take this kill. Or could they?
Or could we? Not with Balls ulting in the middle of the fight, mitigating all that damage and causing so much chaos. The backline's free to fire, and that's exactly what they do on the front line of Team Liquid.
Yeah, momentum, full stop after this, because Cloud9 takes 2 games in a row to force this game 5. You can see high, pretty powerful. Did manage to finish off I Will Dominate. That Corki was his best pick this series. It was time for game 5.
Something he had to go back to. We even talked to him after. He seemed pretty happy about it. He's like, I should have just played it before. Going into game 5, the level 1 was a clear indication that Cloud9 was still ready for anything.
Yeah, Lemon Nation, level 1 on Nautilus being an absolute nuisance, which ends up causing this fight. And if you watch closely, you can see the exact moment where Meteos becomes Super Saiyan. Right there.
He didn't have to dye his hair again. It just happened for him. They pick up so many good kills there, and especially in such a long series, how do you come back from that?
You don't.
There's
Basically,
the Nexus.
Team Liquid tried to fight back that game. They had a few moments, but the 3 kills and the advantage that gave Balls in lane was too much.
And the race for the finals continued in the second series as 4th place Impulse hoped to dethrone Team Solo Mid and head to the title match.
And game 1 started off pretty well. Xiao picking up the Orianna onto Bjergsen's Urgot, and Rush with the Nunu had some nice counter jungling and ganks in game 1.
It did scare me that Xiao went back to the Ori, but he definitely showed up on it this game. The ults were there, and so was Rush a lot of the time.
Yeah, Rush had a really good game 1 on Nunu right here, just bodying Dyrus in his own jungle right there.
Get away!
Flashing over to try
he's
to
all right now, isn't he? Nope, flash, throw snowball at the back of your head.
If Rush didn't want to give that kill over Xiao, he would have soloed Dyrus.
Right under the turret. Right, absolutely. He would have kept going. More plays to be had, and this kind of shows the strength here where Impulse came out in game 1, zeroed out. Bye-bye, Bjergsen.
Yeah, they had impeccable dragon control throughout the first game. So they were at 5 dragons at that point. empowering that shockwave with some extra ability power, but man, did that thing hurt.
The rush Nunu was just too much. But the second game, Santorin, he wanted his own jungle back, and he wasn't having any of that early game nonsense.
He read the counter jungle from Rush. Because Santorin secured Gromp, it gave him level 3, which meant Rush was screwed.
It's screwed indeed. Here getting picked up nicely, giving that back over to Santorin. He gets his double buffs, and he's smiling. We might see that smile again.
There were a lot of smiles for Santorin this game because basically when Nunu falls behind, he loses the map pressure, and TSM was all about getting picks this game. Impulse needed to get into teams with the Karthus, and TSM just never let that happen.
Losing map pressure, losing vision, and TSM are able to capitalize very big on that. Picking up a few kills for themselves here, eventually leading to a final one when they say, just bait him in a little bit more. Hook, line, and sinker.
Using Baron as the threat right there because they already had a few kills. It didn't matter if they sent a Karthus towards their team. Santorin fearless. Hey, there's that smile again.
Smile, shing, right off the tube. TSM waiting and baiting once again here. No minions even in mid. Impulse kind of back and forth, a little bit of miscommunication.
TSM waits until they can get the catch. This time it doesn't come from Santorin, but instead comes from Lust Boy's hook. Once that lands,
Huzzah!
It's go time.
It's go time indeed. And again, Xiao getting bumped around, pushed around, never in the middle, always on the back line, and still Zanya's only for Santorin. Nothing could really be done in offense. It was a nice ult from Impact, but shut down immediately.
Could have been a good fight for Impulse if they did not get caught, and if Santorin didn't do such a great job zoning Xiao. But because TSM played that properly, nice win.
So tough to get around that Gragas. Xiao would try to go for the global pressure here coming out into game 3, so TSM brought the party to the mid lane.
He just wanted to throw that red card at Lust Boy. There was Santorin right behind him. Red cards do not remove players from games in League of Legends. I'm sorry, man.
Doesn't work.
This really hurt Impulse at the start of this game. This was supposed to be their bread and butter composition. Rush on Lee Sin, Xiao and Twisted Fate, but TSM just got the upper hand early.
Very, very early. So much roaming coming in. Dyrus as well teleporting in as soon as he can, every time he could, really, this time. So TSM wouldn't lose pressure and could always keep the fights going.
At this point, it was just Rush dying again and again. This was, oh no. This was so painful. That's the type of death that makes you not want to play Lee Sin again.
Very, very true. You second guess a little bit. Here, more plays as Adrian tries to come in, and it looks good at first, but nobody was really focused in Wild Turtle. He gets time to go for the free fire.
Yeah, it would have been a nice gank by Rush, but because Wild Turtle picked up the first blood gold, it's beneficial for him. Wild Turtle will trade a kill for a death early on in the game. That gave him the gold to pick up Trinity Force for this 17-minute fight in the jungle.
I think Wild Turtle trade a kill for a game any time in the game.
Yeah.
See what they can do on this one. It was all about Dyrus teleporting in, but nobody being able to touch Turtle again. We're looking at the bottom, tries to kill him with the Kog'Maw, flashes on, didn't need to do that, but he was trying to get the Penta, which was just so close.
Impulse took some interesting fights in this game. Rush was out of mana, so was the Kog'Maw, and it was the backdoor sweep there. 3-0 after the first loss. TSM moves on to yet another finals.
And what a finals that will be. And now that the semifinals are complete, the North American Spring Split finals are ready to go. So let's check out the bracket. The matches will begin on Saturday with a third-place bout between Team Impulse and Team Liquid, immediately after the European LCS concludes their third-place games. Then on Sunday, Team Solo Mid faces Cloud9 in a battle royale where the winner will be crowned the North American Spring Split champion. That best of 5 will begin right after the Unicorns of Love face Fnatic. And if you are in the Los Angeles area, come join us for the games this weekend. We'll have an outdoor viewing party on both Saturday and Sunday, complete with giant screens, food trucks, cosplay, and much, much more. Maybe even yourself. We're even adding an outdoor analyst desk to get in on some of the action ourselves. So head over to lolesports.com/tickets where you can find all the details. And if you can't make it to the finals in Los Angeles, check out one of the viewing parties happening around the country. Parties are being hosted in Seattle, Chicago, New York City, and DC, with many more listed over on lolesports.com/VP. So be sure to check the details out and find out how to host a viewing party of your own. For now, we're going to send it over to Jat for a special PhD Finals edition of League of Learning.
Thank you, Riv, and welcome to another edition of the League of Learning. This time we take a look at Cloud9 versus TSM. But to understand this matchup, we have to go back in time to the history of these guys. Who has won what and when? Right here we can see, obviously, Cloud9 dominated the first two splits against TSM. But if we look recently in the last two splits, TSM actually holds a one-game edge over Cloud9. So it has actually become a rivalry, not just Cloud9 destroying Team Solo Mid. Now I want to look at just this split. This includes the tiebreaker game and the playoffs as far as damage dealt to champions per role, percentage of teams roll. Right here, top lane, there's an edge for Balls. Mid lane is a huge edge for Bjergsen. And if we kind of look at these two different teams, TSM has a mid lane and AD carry focus for who deals their damage, whereas Cloud9 is more balanced, with Sneaky still dealing a whole bunch of damage. Lane by lane, these guys have pretty interesting matchups as well. Balls versus Dyrus. You can see the KDA edge definitely goes over to Balls, with Dyrus having almost an entire death more per game. Kill share, which is percentage of teams' kills, and kill participation, Dyrus is low as well because he's often left on an island, and when you're dead, you also can't participate in team fights. But with all of that, Dyrus still manages to have a slightly higher gold per minute than Balls, which is impressive and keeps him in the game later on. One of the reasons TSM can survive with someone having such low kill share and kill participation. Looking at the jungle matchup, these guys actually stack up pretty closely. Meteos used to be known as the KDA king, but Santorin actually has a higher KDA this split. Gold per minute, though, Meteos farms a little bit better, has higher CS, and the wards kill is pretty close. This is a really dynamic matchup. It's crazy that Santorin is stacking up with Meteos in stats this early into his LCS career. Looking at the mid lane, though, is where we see some of the biggest differentiations. Bjergsen crushes high in kills, deaths, and assists ratio right there. More kills, fewer deaths, more assists. The best of all the worlds. Also a massive CS differential advantage. Bjergsen crushes his opponents, whereas High barely stands even. Kill share is also huge, but High makes some of it back with his incredible warding stats. That's wards purchased per game, 12.6 for High, and more than double the wards killed per game that Bjergsen has, which does keep Cloud9's vision game top of the league. Looking at AD carry position as well, these are living up to their name, the two main carries for both of these teams. Sneaky, a better KDA ratio, but Wild Turtle, more kills, more deaths, and more assists, so action points, as I like to call them. CS, though, Sneaky holds it. Kill share and kill participation, these guys are incredibly close because they are carries for their team. Very, very good players on both sides. We look at supports, and they're also very close, with Lustboy holding the edge in most of the support-specific categories. Earlier, we saw the team damage. That's where Elimination has a slight edge on Lustboy, but most of these do edge just barely over to Lustboy for TSM. Looking at the series as a whole, though, top lane, gold per minute goes to Dyrus, KDA goes to Balls. Down the road, the biggest differentiation point is the mid lane here, where High just has vision on Bjergsen, but Bjergsen has everything else. There's a lot of close matchups here, but I think that mid lane will tilt it in the favor of TSM, making them the favorites in this series. But as you can see from these stats, it's very close. That actually does it for this lesson of League of Learning. So let's go behind the scenes and listen to the pro players, because now it's time for mic check.
They're scared of my Morgana too.
They're scared of my Morgana. Shut up.
Hey, they're scared of my Morgana.
You're AD carry. You can't play Morgana.
Today, no holo holo, no nom nom nom, no. You know, I'm really famous or nothing like this.
I have to think about that. The Danish flag fell from the sky during a war in like the 1600s. And then we won. It empowered us. Oh, okay. Yeah.
TSM. Don't. It's fine, guys. We'll get late game, okay? Don't chill. Don't worry. It's fine. It's only one best of 5. It's fine, guys. It's just the first game, okay?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Marry that girl. Marry her anywhere.
Shut up, Zhao Zhao. Wow, why are you gonna be so rude?
Don't you know human too?
Final, guys. Calm down.
Yeah. After game, we can jump into the air.
We can everything. Please don't throw. Please don't get caught. I got Lucian.
Okay, we can Baron. Yo, come Baron.
Run, boss.
Run, boss.
Good job, boss. They're going on me.
Are you okay?
They're still gonna. I think I can do a lot of damage here.
Sever's not here yet. I'm looking to Homeguard TP soon.
Okay, yeah. Homeguard TP on this.
I'm doing it, dude.
Yeah, you can win this so hard.
어디로 가고 쏘카.
Okay. Okay. Keep
Nice.
going.
Let's go,
Man. Oh, wow.
Wow, that's
Is that the joining?
How much I can't offset. Set, nice. Rek'Sai is dead. Rek'Sai. Shivana is dead too. Corki. Good job. That's how we do it.
I love you guys. I just love you.
Make sure you wait after the game to jump into the air. It's really important you don't jump while in the middle of it, and then you're going to
Nobody throw. Nobody throw.
Please don't get caught. We're up like 10K gold at 20 minutes, please. That'd be such a heartbreaking Game 5 to lose. One of the worst probably ever. Anyway, guys, forget about doctor titles. I'm here with Professor Kobe as we take a look at what's happening over in the Chinese playoffs in the LPL. Up first, 8th place Team WE, who qualified for the playoffs by the skin of their teeth. Their prize for making playoffs? Facing first place Edward Gaming.
Yes, and it does start off how you would think it would start off. Edward Gaming here in Game 1 with some pretty good early moves. Clear Love on the front line on that Gragas.
And Deft gets the AD carry Urgot, so popular over in Asia. He pretty much just doesn't get touched. Like, Nuno on top of me, enemy champions on top of me, whatever, no big deal. I'm Deft, I'm tanky, I'm Urgot. Let's go kill some tanks.
Yep, even with Sion there running around, doesn't even know where to go. Oop, Coral comes in, takes out Mystic.
Yeah, Coral has been huge all series long. So far, 5-2 in this game. Well, let's find another fight, and let's go watch Coral kill some more people.
All right, once again, Clear Love right on the front line, getting hooked in just like he wants. All planned.
Well, guess what? Coral comes into the back line, pushes people around, chasing down Mystic throughout the team fight, and he gets to do nothing the entire time. Lucian gone, Vladimir dead as well, EDG tanking enough to chase them down through the map.
Fed, Horsey, just pretty much the bane of any AD carry there. Mystic not really getting to play much League of Legends.
Unfortunately, no. A bit of a Dyrus move right there. One more fight. All right, Clear Love in the front lines. Deft in the back lines, trying to put some damage in. He's on Jinx, gets stunned for a good long time. The fight continues. Pretty long one again.
Yeah, this is actually a really good Azir ultimate, but Deft decides to flash over it in the end and pick up a couple more kills.
Gets the zap on Conan as well. Really nice. But guess what? Azir shows up, and she is showing that he is a very strong Azir player in this series.
Nobody flashes over my wall and gets away with it.
Yeah, doesn't happen too much here. Once again, WE in the front lines, doing what they can with Spirit. A Jinx rocket comes in, and Deft just keeps getting so much cleanup in these team fights. This turret's almost dead, by the way. Knocks it down. Good choice.
Gets excited off of the turret, and they're going to go for some extra kills.
And the crit. Double kill off that one.
The rocket crit, one of the most satisfying things as a Jinx player.
Third kill comes in, somehow stolen by Shyvana. That's 3 kills for Deft.
And red buff.
He barely misses a pentakill. Somehow the damage over time from Shyvana Burnout stole his 5th kill.
QQ. All right, but Spirit's got something to say. Yes, EDG start out 2-0, but Spirit is going to take on everybody by himself.
Yep, Zap, Flame Chompers, and a bit of damage from Morgana, but that's 1 kill. Sick Javelin. Spirit's going to be like, yeah, I can kill Koro. Flash kills him. Clear Love shouldn't be here anymore. Spirit really wants to win this game, so he's going to get some kills.
Yes. What was that? Maybe a 1.2 versus 3?
Yeah.
Comes out ahead. 3 kills there for Spirit. That means that he's going to have a pretty good game.
Yeah, Clear Love tries to do what he can. Black Shield, nice by Conan, and they re-engage. And you in here playing Galio in this one. Now he's surrounded. You don't need the ulti to taunt the team.
Yeah, like EDG start out 2-0, but Galio pick and Spirit getting fed start to go the other way.
All right, game 4. One more chance for W to stay in this series. Clear Love gunned out a red buff, and now it's Mystic's turn on Jinx, but that shockwave going to make short work of him.
Yeah, what a shockwave here. Koro, though, going to do his best, try and get over there and protect Deft, but is successful.
Yeah, stays alive, okay. 10-10 in kills. EDG up about 2,000 gold right now in this game. Aluka also going to chase down for 1 more kill, and again, this would be the game that would send Edward Gaming into the semifinals if they could win it. And the team fight's so far going okay for the red side.
Yeah, a bit of revenge for the Ents there. Koro taking down Sion.
Down 1,000 gold with a go, and they take up Baron. WE with a great Azir ulti as well. Mystic on the back lines, getting free damage output.
Oh, and now they're on the run here. Once again, Jinx fed, has Blood Boil, has double buffs. Let's see him chase down.
Slowly kills tanks as Maokai just is not taking damage right now, but Mystic finally gets a little bit through, and yeah, Aluka also on the dead Sion helping quite a bit as well.
Yeah, he's got Black Shield on top of everything, so Mystic, nice cleanup there. Wow, EDG on the brink of getting reverse swept. Freak, turn on the bat signal. We need a hero.
We need Pawn, and Pawn is playing Cassidon. He blind picked it in the mid lane. And good start. First blood. Okay. Pawn, what else can you do?
All right, he's a little bit sick, but First Blood's going to cure pretty much any illness he has.
Yeah, well, nice Gnar ulti into the wall. Aluka, ulti on for himself, but guess what? 3v1, that'll work. Pawn, go do work, homie.
Time to dive. And Aluka goes down. Another kill over to EDG.
All right, Pawn 1-0-1 so far. That's working well for him. Another engage in the mid lane, 12-5 in kills. And Deft and Pawn just like go right into the back line here.
Oh, Koro shoves everyone down the lane, and Azir tries to answer.
Yep, a couple of kills picked up, and just the chaos allowing Pawn to go onto the right side. Kills off Conan. Deft is there as well. The teams have actually swapped positions on the map at this point, but it's a big team fight cleanup for Edward Gaming.
Yep, everybody moving around. Pawn, the mobility champion, Cassidon, get to clean up the rest of the fight. And EDG come back.
Yep, 5 games to go on. Now next up, early this morning, 4th place Vici Gaming faced off against 5th place Invictus Gaming in China's second quarterfinal match. And it starts off with a Sun and a Hitong.
All right, let's see here. Kid gonna pop up the Sivir ultimate, but he's on the wrong side of things.
And Vasily on Lucian actually gets a really good start to this fight. 2 kills so far. Gnar ulti, Gnar stun, not quite going to be enough. Zitai will eventually be a casualty, and this game starts out 4-0 for Vici Gaming.
Vasily back on Lucian. Beautiful things.
Another fight in the jungle. This one takes a long time to go down. Dandy starts with a red buff steal. Zitai in the front line tries to buy some time, but here comes Carrie's Rumble.
Ultimate.
Yeah, zones him out, and no one can help Zitai's stun. Nautilus ult buys even more time. Still a lot of just damage coming out from this Lucian. Slowly but surely, Invictus Gaming lose more and more members.
Mata with the Janna ultimate splitting people in 4 different directions there.
Looks like Dandy going to help knock down Rookie and everyone else. Another triple kill for Dandy. So game 1, so far so good. Vici Gaming looking pretty nice. Invictus, though, they want to fire back. Rookie getting chased down.
Oh, somebody help me, please, please. Where's my team? Oh, there's my team.
Whole team is there. Double man body slam. Glitterlance buys a bit of time. And Dandy in a real bad spot. First blood for Twisted Fate. Let's keep going, though. Gold cards are good.
Yes, Rookie, he's got double buffs and First Blood money. Gonna go ahead and pick up some more.
Why not? All right. There we go. 2-0. Good start to this game. 4 minutes in. Invictus looking to make the comeback in this series. Fight in the mid lane. Mata does not land the box. Does get a hook on the Kid, but Kid gonna flash away and stay safe.
Oh, Vasily jumps in there with Urgot as well. There's the charge from Hecarim.
But it's just a Hurricane Callista
getting
so much time to hit everyone he wants to. Really nice performance here by Kid. Just keeps crushing health bars. Hecarim goes down. Vasily going to have a really hard time on Urgot there. 3 kills picked up. Make that 4 quadra for the Callista.
And that's going to be the game. Let's see here, though. Dragon picked up.
But Invictus Gaming, they have Kog'Maw and Cassiopeia. You might stun Cog. You might do a lot of damage to this guy, but it's not going to mean too much. Watch this Kog'Maw. Okay. Glacial Prison. All right, Nautilus ulti as well, but Rookie's here on Cassiopeia in the front line doing so much work.
Yeah, the 2 carries here switching off, and now they focus fire.
Yep. All right, so good start to the first Dragon. 4-1 in kills. One more time, Invictus Gaming looking to make this a 2-1 series here. Dandy goes in, misses the prison.
Yep, good split there by IG, and the reset from Kitties on that Janna.
Big stun to the wall, buys what time they can, but the flash over the wall by Cassio means she can come back in the fight later.
Oh, Cacao!
Yep, Cacao buys some time. Kid on Kog'Maw eventually will get wailed upon, but already too many kills picked up by Invictus Gaming here in this fight.
Yep, Janna plus Lulu going to be able to buff him up.
Nice knock up there, 2-man Janna. Rookie does get hit up, and we're seeing the teams kind of have to scatter. It was actually a fairly close fight overall.
Yeah, VG able to get one off the back there, taking down Cassiopeia, but now they're trapped inside their own base, and Cacao on the front lines.
5,000 gold lead. Baron buff as well, going to help. The ulti from Sejuani has no follow-up. Cacao just taking for some time, just waiting for Cassio and Kog'Maw. They back up off Nautilus ulti, the knockback into Carry, who's now mini Gnar, means he's a quick kill.
Yep, gonna melt him. Double shields over there onto Kid. Also Cassiopeia. Damage over time here. Ripping through VG.
Hitong lives, but I think his base is going to die. Not going to matter. So game 4, all right. Match point for Invictus Gaming. And Zitai, a converted top laner to make room for Rookie in the mid this season, takes down Carry, one of the best top laners we've seen all season.
Ooh, playing that dangerous game. What a close first kill right there. Second one, not going to be so close.
He's got a Trinity Force, and he's level 12. He's 2 levels up on Carry. Quick tower dive. Thank you for the 350 gold.
Ouchie, ouchie. That Aurelia is going to be a problem.
And he has been all game long. One more time, Baron, nice secure by Cacao, and Invictus Gaming wanted to close this one out as Dandy has nowhere to go. There's a quick kill with the Rend, and let's go dive on in. Goodbye.
Yep, easy consume combo there from Kakao, and the defense is complete. IG looking to end this one in 4.
That's going to do it. So congrats to them for the playoff win. Let's take a look now at the LPL bracket. There are, of course, 8 teams competing in the playoffs. There's still 2 more quarterfinal matches to go as OMG faces LGD on Thursday and Snake takes on King on Friday.
And the LPL semifinals will begin on Saturday as Edward Gaming faces Invictus, with the winners of the next 2 quarterfinal matches doing battle on Sunday.
And to talk about those quarterfinal matches and more, let's bring in Julian Pastry Time Carr. How's it going, man?
I'm excellent, Freak. How are you?
Pretty great. Going to talk about some Chinese League of Legends. First off, quarterfinal number 1, Team WE versus Edward Gaming. Went to 5 games somehow. What happened?
Very dramatic things happened. Pawn swooped in Game 5. Spirit went off in multiple games there as well. Worldly just looked like the team that they've been building up to for the whole season, and as it turns out, they managed to stretch EDG, who were playing with a sub mid laner, to be fair, to force them to bring their main mid laner back, and of course to that 5th game.
Yeah, bringing Pawn out of the hospital to play in the 5th game and take home the victory. Really, the question that's going to pop up for everybody, if EDG are forced to play without Pawn continuing, are they going to be the same powerhouse? What's the rankings going to look like? This kind of shakes everything up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be clear, Pawn dragged himself out of the hospital. No one else dragged him. He decided he wanted to go play, got himself to the venue, and were able to somehow play a massive Kassadin game and really carry for the last one there. As far as EDG's strength go, I think they're still a very good-looking team, even with you. But for Pawn, he's a big playmaker on the team. You can tell when he's picking big hyper-carry champions like the Kassadin, able to come in and just have one game that absolutely goes off and is able to carry his team. You certainly a solid player, but more of a role player. Again, known for his wave clear hilariously. Apparently doesn't like that, but he likes to play a lot of Ziggs, lots of Orianna, and he played just fine, to be honest. It was Clear Love mostly that was causing the problems in World Elite that kind of caused him to lose a couple games towards the end.
All right, so EDG looking okay. Let's talk about the other quarterfinal then. We had Vici Gaming pretty hyped up against Invictus Gaming in another pretty fun series.
Yeah, that was even more interesting to me, to be honest. Vici came into the end of the season looking almost unstoppable. Mata, in one of his last games of the season, hit every hook on Blitzcrank. They're going off playing fun stuff, and suddenly it seems like momentum's with them. And then IG just casually never let Vici play how they've been playing when they've been winning at the end of the season. Vici couldn't rotate. They got completely shut down by IG. And IG wouldn't have been doing anything crazy or super aggressive. It was really odd to watch, but IG played really fantastically.
All right, so moving forward with IG, who are your main players to watch? Because it's an interesting combination. They have these really long-time standing Chinese pros, Ziztai and Kid, combined with these Koreans that they brought over that are really big powerhouses.
It's still the Koreans for IT that you guys want to watch as well. Kakao and Rookie are always the forward-facing members of that team, and when they go big, the team looks fantastic. Kid's a great player. Zatai's coming into his own in the role as well, kind of going away from the Fizz Karthus, which he can still play in the top lane, and just being more of a role player in the top. Played Aurelia in their final game, which was surprising for us as well. I mean, when Rookie goes off, though, he looks great, and Kakao, he's most at home in the enemy jungle.
All right, so very strong teams, of course, in the quarterfinals right now. Some strong teams in the semis as well. 6 teams left in the playoffs. Next time we talk to you, it'll be the finals. So who are the 2 teams in the finals going to be?
Don't lie to me either.
I think everyone expects it to be EDG OMG. That's the classic LPL final showdown. Although Name is this time absent, of course. Although there's a pretty decent Eddie Carra playing instead of him in Deft. I personally think it might just be Snake. Snake are a really crazy team. They've had a great season. They can certainly upset LGD in the quarterfinals, and I think they're going to have a good semi as well. For me, it's OMG Snake, but I think everyone expects the classic OMG EDG.
All right, well, that's going to be a whole bunch of fun. Pastry, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you before the finals.
No worries. Thanks, freaking Kobe. I'll talk to you later.
See you, man. All right, so we're done with China. We're going to send it over to Jat and Riv as they take us to Korea.
Thanks, guys. You both smell terrific. Now we have to touch on the Korean LCK, which wrapped up their regular season on Saturday, and one of the premier matches was between the first place GE Tigers and second place SKT. This was one that everybody wanted to watch and even stay up late for if you had to over here in NA.
And a potential preview of the finals that may happen in the LCK because they are the top 2 seeds, locked in before this one, but definite bragging rights on the line.
This acquisition of Tom, a lot of people liked it. You might have questioned it here, but it was all a ruse.
Yeah, they say he's the sub for this team, but the way he performs, you really have to question whether they should be keeping him long term.
Yeah.
His Nunu and his tank play has just been immaculate throughout.
Really helping the team get control of the map here again, right into the fight, controlling it. A beautiful ultimate from Janna to push Gorilla out, and they just look great this game.
Yeah, really like this team comp from SKT. They had a lot of protection for the Sivir and the Rumble just to bring the magic damage and keep GE Tigers honest. But because of the support and the control they had in team fights, they had great target selection and the ability to run down people.
Like, you just denied Smeb an entire perfect Gnar fight and somehow got around it. These guys were on point here in game one. A very happy Tom there.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Kuro has a good Azir knockback, but there's so much mobility on Bang right there and so much protection that even when he gets smacked into a wall, he stays alive.
Yeah, that was actually Bang on the screen, to correct myself, and he's still going crazy on your screen. Smeb in the back line trying to hold it down. Bang picks up another one as Marin, hey guys, come follow me, I'm still partying.
It was pretty deep in, but you can see SKT never giving up the chase in these relentless pursuits.
Yeah.
11 kills to 2 by the time that fight was over. Bring on game 2.
We jump in here, SK already with a bit of a gold lead coming in, and they were not going to let GE try to get this dragon.
Yeah, I love what Tom did here on Sejuani, knowing that Nunu has the secure potential. No one hits the dragon, and he gets rid of Nunu before taking the dragon.
Very nicely done.
all flat.
So much control, and SKT get to this fight and clean up this fight.
Yeah, carried by Tom, but the rest of the
Carried
team
by Tom.
behind him right there, landing that beautiful ultimate on Sejuani. 5,000 gold lead now. GE Tigers, though, going for another dragon, gets stolen away.
Stolen by Tom. The Arctic Assault into the Smite, and they just go crazy. Forced engaged here. SKT collapsed nicely to clean this one up.
Yeah, it looked like SKT had a nice little lead here. 2 dragons to 1, killing prey, but it's very difficult to end games against Azir Kog'Maw. GE Tigers fought back, getting the Baron actually right here. But SKT, let's see how they fight.
They fight it very well. Nobody's really in Lee's Absolute Zero ultimate, and Faker to the front line immediately does go down, but the team knows what to do with the rest of this fight.
Crazy, crazy fight. GE Tigers had prepositioned at Baron a couple of times. One time, Tom had a game-saving ultimate to keep SKT in the game, and they avoid going to a third game. SK actually takes it 2-0 over GE.
Happy Faker indeed, and that sub Tom got to play the entire series.
Yeah, maybe they'll see him more in the playoffs.
Maybe we will indeed. Ultimately, that match only gave SKT bragging rights for now, as their seed positions in the playoffs had already been decided. And those playoffs start in 2 days, so let's check out their bracket right now. Jin Air Green Wings will take on CJ Entis this Friday in round 1.
And the winners of that match will face SKT on April 24th, and whoever comes away the victor in that series will move on to face the GE Tigers in the Korean finals on May 2nd.
That's right. And on the flip side of the playoffs, we have the LCK Summer Promotion Tournament, and that will be changing this year as Korea moves to a 10-team league, starting with the summer split.
Yeah, that means KT Rolster and Najin will retain their LCK spots, while Incredible Miracle and Samsung Galaxy will face off against the 4 top-ranked challenger teams. Incredible Miracle will be seeded into Group A, and Samsung will be in Group B. Then they actually get to choose their opponents from the 4 challenger squads in an alternating order, with IM picking first. The 3 teams in each group will then play a round robin, and the top 2 teams in each group will join the LCK in that summer split.
And those promotion matches start up on May 13th, and we'll keep a close eye to find out who the 4 newest Korean teams will be. And while playoff fever continues to burn, that means we've been seeing a lot of incredible plays around the world.
Yeah, so let's check out the top 5, or as the LMS Spring Split champion AD carry, and can now call it the Penta.
That's right, rumbling in at number 5, Wards Win Games.
Oh, it's the old Samsung brush hide.
He saw Bliss come in. Oh,
he saw everyone come in.
Oh, man! No way! Oh, a double kill for Duke! And here they come, ult on to Kuve, ending this one in style. Oh, that was one of the saddest things I've ever seen.
Launching in at number 4, Steelback snipes Ryu's Diana. All planned.
Picking a fight on the way as well.
Oh, Lulex tries to knock him back. Ryu also very low. Febivin has turned his attention there. And now back to the top side. We'll see what can happen as the rocket isn't needed. Febivin comes in with a pick on Kasing, but he still gets a kill.
Obviously, 2-on-2 fight is heavily in favor of Fnatic, while the rest of the team will get a pick on the Kasing. He flashes, and then Steelback, I believe he's like, he would almost hit Kasing. Oh, he would actually have hit him. And then he gets another one.
Riding in at number 3, Ella tries to give Cola the death sentence, but he says
Here's Crystal
nay.
able to use that martial poise. Another one comes down, and Crystal able to snag that one there as
Here
well.
we go.
My goodness, the longest death sentence in the history of things that have been sentenced to death, and Ella still gonna survive. That was a beautiful passage.
At number 2, Power of Evil took command of the game with his shocking steal.
If a good shockwave hits, I think that might be the only way. Freddy, Dragon's Descent into the river. Baron will be secured.
No
it's
way!
stolen! It is stolen! Power of Evil has kept Unicorns in the semi-finals. There are no words. How? There are 2 smites available.
I can't believe that just happened.
And topping it off this week at number 1 was Anne's Penta.
小叶叶的荣耀头盔以后往前冲刺，小龙这边也很混乱。他说：“你们2个人到底是怎么样？到底是谁打谁？”人马冲进来了，人马冲进来，小安往后拉掉，欧里直接被控住了。后面太阳瞬间就进场，但是小安直接站在原地，站在机场里面把所有人给击杀。安魂曲也要炸下来了，只剩下陆平一个人在后面，非常的无助。乔维跟魏驰这边都已经扛不住了。魏驰虽然在死前有带走一个人头，但是小安拿到了一个 triple kill，Mountain 留了一个，又要来了，又要来了，就是这3个人，一个，我2个，打，最后哇，一个 penta kill。
What an honor to die on your Penta.
Yeah, and such a big moment, too. That game was so 95,000 gold on each side.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Hope we get some of those for our finals. Remember, you can always tweet us with your favorite playoff plays.
Yes, just send them to @LOL Esports along with the hashtag #ThePenta so we can include them in the next episode.
That's right. And with that, the Sun has sat on yet another Primetime League.
Now, well, hold your horses, Riv. We have seen that the playoffs can be a deadly place for some teams, but nowhere seems to be as dangerous as being in Shucks' sights. You can see what I mean in our last hit.
And for a deeper look into that Game 2 win, let's send it back over to Shucks and friends at the analyst desk.
Friends, I don't know about that. Just kidding. Very happy to have you guys here.